To make the most money through trading in Lost Ark, you need to have an accurate record of how much you paid for all the assets you're holding. I updated the crafting profitability spreadsheet with 2 additional sheets to help you keep a record of the average price you paid for every asset you're holding. It works through what's called a pivot table in Google Sheets, and I'm proud to say it's very simple to use. You can access this through the link in the description. Anytime you buy an asset, simply record the name of the asset, the number of bundles you bought, and the price you paid per bundle. The next sheet over compiles all the data you enter based on the names of items you provided. For example, let's say we bought tender timber, we bought 200 bundles, and we paid 3 gold for each bundle. We also bought another load of tender timber. This time, we bought 100 bundles, and we got a better deal, paying only 2 gold per bundle. Now, if we look at our summary sheet, it will tell us that we've invested 800 gold into tender timber, that we are currently holding 300 bundles of tender timber, and that our average purchase price for the tender timber we have on hand is 2.67 gold per bundle. Anytime you make a purchase, and especially anytime you make a big purchase, it is easy to record in your inventory ledger so you can get these summary statistics and use them to help you make profitable trade decisions. For example, if we want to more accurately estimate our profitability for a certain crafting action, instead of entering the current market price on the first sheet, we can enter what we have actually paid for the bundles we're currently holding. Let's say I bought my tender timber on Monday, then on Tuesday the price of tender timber skyrocketed to 6 gold. If we inputted 6 gold on the sheet, it would tell us that a lot of crafting options are less profitable than they actually are for us. If we instead enter our actual average purchase price of 2.67 gold, we'll get a much more accurate picture of things and we'll be able to make a better decision. I want to highlight something very important here, which is that whenever you remove bundles from your stock, either because you use them to craft or you sell them back to the market, you want to record this in the ledger in a specific way. First, you need to put the average purchase price from the summary sheet in this column here. To do it simply, copy it from the summary sheet, right-click, and select Paste as Value. Then, put the number of bundles you removed with a negative sign. All this does is make sure your summary sheet continues to accurately reflect the average purchase price for what you actually have in stock. For example, let's say we used half, 150 bundles, of our tender timber in some crafting process. We would first want to tab over to our summary sheet, copy the average purchase price, paste it as a value in column C, then enter tender timber and minus 150. Our summary sheet will now tell us that we have 150 bundles remaining. Now, when we buy more from the market, the summary sheet will provide us with an accurate average purchase price for the stock we actually have on hand. For example, if we buy 150 more bundles, this time paying 2 gold per bundle, we'll see that our average purchase price for our stock on hand continues to decline. Just as a little experiment here, if we delete our negative 150 line, we can see that the summary sheet now tells us our average lifetime purchase price instead of the average purchase price for the stock we are actually still holding. But the number you want to base your decisions on is what you paid on average for what you are holding, not what you've paid throughout your entire purchase history. So let's put that line back in there. We've already discussed the obvious use here, which is providing you with a more accurate number for your crafting input prices. But there is another use and another method to make money from the market without ever doing any crafting called arbitrage. It's a method you can use in most games with the player market, and it's even a trading strategy people use in real life. The idea is very simple. You want to buy assets when they're cheap, and you want to resell assets for a higher price. And the first step to doing arbitrage successfully is knowing what you actually paid to acquire the assets you're holding, so you can determine at what point you can sell them for a profit. I plan to make another video in the near future discussing arbitrage strategies with some examples from my own trades, but for now I'll leave you with a basic piece of advice, which is to try to think about what is happening in the game to most players and try to predict how that could affect the supply of items, the demand for items, and as a result, prices. To give a very basic example, I think across most servers in the past few days, the prices of flares have gone up by quite a bit. This is probably because more and more players are unlocking Guardian raids, which require you to use flares, increasing the demand for that item. At the same time, it's entirely possible that as people are reaching level 50 and unlocking new content that is more interesting to them, fewer players are fishing and gathering, which is reducing the available supply of pearls and wildflowers, which are needed to craft flares, further reducing the supply of flares and pushing the price up higher yet. If you think these trends will continue, you could essentially place a bet by buying up pearls, wildflowers, or even flares themselves today, with the expectation that you'll be able to sell them at a profit in the next few days. To do this, you'll want to accurately track what your average purchase prices for these items are, and I hope the tool I've added to the profitability spreadsheet helps you do just that. That's all I have for you today. Good luck in your trades, and feel free to let me know in the comments or in Discord if you have any questions or any comments about what we've covered today. Thank you.